the foundations of a kingdom. The key felt heavier than it looked. Akito stood before the door of apartment 302, the cold metal biting into his palm. Behind him lay the safety of his childhood home, the meals cooked by his mother, and the familiar rhythm of a life he didn't have to build. Before him lay a dusty hallway and a room that smelled of nothing but potential. He took a deep breath, inserted the key, and turned it. The click echoed like a herald's trumpet, announcing the start of a new era. The first day was not a conquest. It was a struggle against cardboard and tape. Akito sat on the floor, surrounded by the skeletal remains of boxes. His throne was a folding chair he'd struggled to assemble for 40 minutes. He realized then that an empire isn't built with decrees, but with screwdrivers and sore thumbs. He looked at a pile of unsorted clothes and felt the sheer weight of his own sovereignty. Every choice, from where the lamp sat to when the trash went out, was now his alone to make. Hunger was the first rebellion. Akito stood in his kitchenette, staring at a bag of rice and a single onion as if they were cryptic puzzles. Back home, food simply appeared, a magic trick performed 3 times a day. Here, the stove was a temperamental dragon. He accidentally charred the edges of his first omelet, the smell of burnt eggs filling the small space. He sighed, realized there was no one to fix it for him, and ate it anyway. It tasted like charred effort. Then came the scrolls of the treasury, the bills. Akito spread the papers across his desk, the numbers staring back at him like a challenging army. Electricity, water, internet, rent. He opened a spreadsheet on his laptop, his fingers hovering over the keys. He had to map out his borders, deciding exactly how much gold could be spent on coffee and how much must be guarded for the winter. It was a tedious sort of magic, but it was the only way to keep the lights burning in his kingdom. A knock at the door broke his solitude. It was Ren, a neighbor from down the hall who had lived in the building for years. Ren didn't offer a grand speech, just a small, potted sprout in a ceramic jar. "Every room needs something that grows," Ren said with a knowing smile. Akito took the plant, feeling the grit of the soil on his fingers. It was a reminder that even the sturdiest walls were empty without life inside them. The cycle of the seasons found its way into his routine. Monday was for the laundry, a rhythmic ritual of washing away the old and preparing for the new. Akito stood on his small balcony,